Morning.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Hanley Park Pavilion on this glorious day. We're all gathered here today on June the 22nd to remember the first Windrush immigrants that arrived in the UK in 1948. This bench will be a legacy to all those individuals that came, conquered and left a legacy. Thank you all very much for attending. Now I'd like to pass you over to Randy Conte, Councillor Conte, who will now say a few words. Thank you, Randy.
Okay, welcome everybody. Firstly, I think I'd like to thank Rob, actually, because we had a conversation over 12 months ago and he's done a lot of hard work in the background, to be fair. I know there's others that have helped him, but you know, it's through his determination and efforts that we've actually got to this stage where we're here today, obviously, to cut the ribbon on the opening of the bench itself. In terms of the Windrush scandal, yes, there has been a lot of negativity around that particular scandal, but we're here today really to celebrate. We're here to remember the contributions that our members have made. We all know that those contributions are still continuing. I think we're still a thriving community. You've got Norsac, North Staff and Caribbean Association. You've got Stoke, 6 Towns, 1 City Carnival Association, still working extremely hard to, in fact there's an event on the 22nd of July, put that in date in your diary. 14th is it? 14th, sorry, it's 22nd today, June. But I would like to, thank the community itself actually, because as you all know, I did what I'd call my community apprenticeship at Norsac, and that was 20 years ago, well before I was a councillor, and I had a lot of advice, I had a lot of guidance, and actually 2 years later I was actually a councillor, and I've been a councillor since then. So big thank you to the members of the community, and of course a big thank you to yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. I'd now like to pass on to Pastor Hales to say a few words. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon everyone. This is a lovely occasion, a great celebration. I too came over in the UK in October '61, so I'm very much part of the generation of early migrants, and so I feel an affinity to this, and I want to thank in particular Robert for inviting me to share in this. I feel certainly very humbled, and just to reflect on what we did last year, we had a Windrush celebration day, the 25th of August last year, where we invited folk to come into the church and a play was put on. We wanted to show to the young people that the coming over and the challenges that our early forefathers faced in finding jobs, settling down, raising children was so real. And very much so, as a pastor of the church, having the care of the souls of our members. Many of our members also were very much part of the generation. Some came, they worked in the mines, they worked in public transport, many in the hospitals, and of course we must never forget the potteries. And so it's a great day to celebrate that we're going to leave a physical legacy by way of this bench, just so that folk are reminded of the struggles, but also on the bright side, the joys of being part of a pioneering and progressive generation. I really want the young people to take hold on this, and whatever nationality or color you are, this is very significant in showing that a people came, settled, integrated, and are very much part and bring a richness to the community of Stoke-on-Trent. May God richly bless this, and pray that there is a legacy, a spiritual legacy as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hand over to Mr. Alton Lane, 91 years young. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. I was glad to see that there was someone, especially one of our young ones, as I call him, because I left him as a baby from there. And I'm 60 years in this community, 60. And we have done all sorts of things to make this community what it is. The councillors at that time, they helped us in every way to be integrated in every way. So I look to them to be pioneers too, because they never had that amount of people of colour in this place before. Well, we managed, and here it is now, that the old folks that came, such as like me, we had to lay a foundation that no one can or should deny.